One of my colleagues mentioned that this would be a good topic to discuss for people in their 50s and 60s. We may currently or recently have had to deal with this for our parents. I want to take a moment to give my sister a big thank you for providing care for our mom until she passed away about a year ago. I stated the title as long-term care with insurance as a question as to whether it makes sense or not to buy long-term care insurance. What is long-term care? In the context of this discussion, long-term care is the assistance that one will need when they become older and unable to do certain tasks. The assistance can cover a wide range of activities, such as someone buying groceries for you, helping you get dressed, helping you take a bath, and helping you eat, to name a few. In other words, home care. Hopefully we all remain healthy enough that these would be the extent of our needs. Long-term care may extend to the degree of needing to reside in an assisted living facility or a nursing home. Just a couple of statistics. Of 65-year-olds currently living, 70% will need long-term care, and 20% of them will need more than 5 years of care, according to the Administration of Community Living. Doesn't Medicare cover long-term care? Medicare provides very limited care, up to 100 days of skilled nursing care after 3 days of hospital stay. It does not cover custodial care, which is care for daily activities, which is generally 90% of long-term care needs. How much does long-term care cost? I'll give you a few average numbers which will vary. The average cost for 1 month in a nursing home is $7,000. The average person will pay in total $170,000 for long-term care. For those with dementia over the last 5 years of their life, the total cost is about $360,000. To state the obvious, long-term care is expensive. Should you buy long-term care insurance? There are a number of factors to consider. Some people may rely on their spouse or children to take care of them. Well, what about the surviving spouse? If you are wealthy, assuming you followed my investment coaching tips, you could essentially pay out of pocket. Lower income people may have difficulty in paying the premiums and probably won't have enough savings to self-insure. In the worst case scenario, they would use up all their savings to then qualify for Medicaid to then receive long-term care services. For middle-income people, this is where you have to strongly consider your options. How much is long-term care insurance? To me, this is where it gets confusing and a bit dicey. Do you want minimal coverage at lower cost? The downside is that it may not be enough coverage and you will need to still pay some out of pocket. If you opt for maximum coverage, you will be covered in the worst case. However, if you don't need that level of care, you would end up flushing money down the toilet. I am not an insurance professional, but some of the better options, in my opinion, are the products that have life and long-term care insurance combined. Simply stated, if you do not use all your long-term care benefit, upon your death, the remainder goes to your beneficiaries. From what I gather, long-term care insurance can vary greatly. For me, I was presented a somewhat minimal product, which cost about $70,000 one time for me and my wife. I was then presented as well a similar product that is a maximum coverage product, which cost about $200,000 one time. I realize there are many things in our lives that keep our minds occupied, along with the associated stress. I realize I just added one more big thing. I feel this is important as it could potentially impact you and your family, both financially and emotionally. Unfortunately, there are a number of factors that can vary greatly in making this decision. Please weigh them carefully. I wish you all the best in making the best decision for you. Thank you again to everyone. Your viewership is always greatly appreciated. Please like, comment, or subscribe. See you next time.